Hey, what's going on? This is Secret Wars issue number 1, but it's Secret Wars 2099, and I was connecting it with the Spider-Man 2099, but right now there is not much of connection on this one, but we get to see a totally different style of artwork, and it's super cool. That's why it's totally enjoyable. And in Secret Wars 2099, the review from comicbind.com is by Undeadpool Schroeder. So the good things about this one is the same creative team bringing Spider-Man 2099 out every month now tackles a much larger yet somehow smaller battle world sector that seems stuck in the future right off the bat. Peter David does a fantastic job of establishing that while this is the ultra neon world of 2099 ripped straight from comics of the 90s, there's been plenty of progress made in terms of characters and storytelling. David introduces the team rapid fire, giving at least a decent idea of who everyone is and what their role is, as well as showcasing their unique personalities and powers. But Hercules and Captain America get most of the focus of this issue, with Black Widow clocking in at a close second. And right off the bat, David masterfully sets up conflicts both internally and externally involving all of them. This is a far more character driven book than might have been expected, and that's a very good thing, as it's easily one of Peter David's strongest suits. Will Sliney provides the line work, making Nueva work look as sleek and shiny as ever, with some very subtle, very thin actual lines, but making the character outlines thin helps reinforce the notion that everything in this land is slick and fluid, a city that never stands still for a second, and a future that never closes its eyes. The colors from the duo of Antonio Favela and Andres Mosa help with that feeling immensely, making everything neon and bright while not overwhelming the sense too much or ever having it to be too chaotic and discordant. The bad thing from this one is there's no one thing that sticks out in this issue as a negative, but there are a few smaller things that add up to stop it from being perfect. For starters, the Hawkeye of the team is less than an afterthought this go round, as he fails at his one specific task and also reveals that it's a task he was redundant for in the first place. It's clear that not everyone gets to have the spotlight every time in a team book, but David actually does a great job juggling everyone else and giving them all moments that this really stands out. There's also a very moving scene between Hercules and the CEO of Alchemax that ends up about as abruptly as it possibly could. It felt like the team realized they wouldn't have enough space and just leapt to the next scene. So that the things is happening. There are also one or two panels where the art looks off, while it's tough to tell where one colorist starts and other ends. There's a time when the line work looks awkward or characters look just off. The verdict from this one, what we get is, while the above complaints might take up a lot of room on this one in this review, but it's because they require specificity, not because they are that big of a problem. This is a good, meaty first outing that establishes stakes and introduces characters seamlessly while allowing the reader to connect with and even care about them right off the bat. And with how long it took the Inhuman series to pull that off, it's really impressive that this issue is going to be an end about this one, and this is super cool. That's why it's a good read and you can buy this book. So have a great day with this book and this weekend. Have a great day. Adios.